anticipated coming to camp?
Yeah. I think it's just the next man up mentality. Always be ready when your number is called, and just be able to produce and be able to build that trust and respect throughout the off season. So when your number is called, you're ready to go. Yeah.
How much further along in the learning process are you than you were in spring?
Yeah. Coming from spring, it was definitely a whole new process, whole new offense. I had to learn. I definitely got the playbook down more, but still working through some mental mistakes. I think physically I'm there. I think right now I'm just working on blitz pickups and just different stuff mentally, just slow the game down and be able to play faster.
Coach Drinkwitz said the other day he thought you were the most consistent of the running backs group through camp. Is that just a product of you having played so much college football, even if it wasn't here?
Yeah, I think it's just something, football always has been my passion. So that's just something, it's just something I love to do. It's something I always work very hard for. So I think just going out there, giving the team everything I got, putting the team first, trying to build that trust and respect, is just something that I've always just really prided myself in. So.
Cody, when you were a high school recruit, what boxes did you feel like you probably didn't check when the D1 coaches came out looking for running?
Yeah, that's something I've always asked myself because I never really got answers on that myself. So I really don't know. If I really had to guess, I was never the biggest, fastest, strongest. I don't really think, you always hear about that eye test. I don't know if I ever really passed it. I always thought I played pretty well. I never really worried about that. I just always worried about whatever, coach would give me an opportunity, I'd go there and give them all I got.
Since then, did you just work on all those things, or maybe were they just all wrong to begin with?
I just put my head down and grind. That's something I really just focus on. I'm a workaholic when it comes to football, weight room, speed, agility. And I think that's something, personally I felt was maybe I wasn't fast enough. And so that's something especially during the COVID time, we had such a huge break. I was just on the field, speed and agility, footwork drills, just something to find, maybe I could separate myself.
Not a lot of guys make the jump you're trying to make. I mean, when you decided to do this, what made you think, hey, I can do this?
Yeah, I just thought I was in a place in my life coming off a pretty good season. Staying healthy, I think, was the biggest one. And I felt just mentally I was there. I felt I was finally grew up, into my body. The game is slowing down for me, and I was ready to, take that next jump and see what was out there and chase the childhood dream.
Curious, coaches, teammates, family. I mean, was the reaction 100% positive? Were there some people that said, "Hang on, what are you doing?"
I think there's always, those doubters, but that's kind of what drives you. And that's something I always I don't really look, because I've been doubted since I was in high school. That's something I've always been used to, but that's something I don't think about. And just the people that love you are always going to be behind you and and have your back. And for me, that was what it was. My dad and my families and trainers and coaches, even my previous coaches at Truman State were right behind me. When I had to make that phone call to my head coach, he was nothing but just thanking me for all this time I put in, at Truman State, and was 100% backed up behind me.
Has there been a moment in practice where it kind of clicked that you said, okay, I definitely belong here?
I don't know if there's been an exact moment, but I just remember, coming out, getting some extra work in on the field at night, and the sun was going down, and I was just sitting and just looking at the stadium. I was like, I belong here. This is what, my journey was different, maybe from other people. But just deep down, when I was just out there sitting on the field, just looking, something that, you dreamed about as a kid, I just felt that I belonged here, and I'm going to go show my teammates and, the world that, I deserve to play at this level.
You hinted at it a little bit, obviously not getting recruited highly out of high school, and so those doubters. How much does all of that still motivate you to this day, day by day? Are you thinking about that?
I really don't think about it too much. I'm just really focused. I'm here, and I think, I'm here for a reason. So right now I'm just trying to build myself up to give my team all I can, and be able to produce whatever, whether that's on special teams, whether that is running the football, any way I can help my team out. And hopefully, at the end of the day, all we want to do is win. That's our mission, that's our goal. And so anywhere I can help the team out is what I'm focused on right now.
As far as depth chart opportunity to play, I mean, has this worked out as well as you thought it would, better than you thought it would, 8 months ago?
Every day, we're still just working. Like I said, next man up mentality. Whenever my number is called, I'm going to be ready to go, whether that is the first game, whether that's the fourth game, fifth game. Whenever I'm ready and the coaches believe in me, I'm ready to just go out there and play.
How much special teams did you play before you got here?
I didn't play too much in the last season just because I was running the ball so much, but in 2019, I was on all four phases, and some I'm very familiar with. So,
I think you said in spring it was Coach Drinkwitz that reached out to you personally.
Yeah, just through some mutual connections.
Do you,
that we knew.
first phone call, I mean, did it set in that this was a real opportunity, or?
Yeah, I think with Tyler Beatty leaving and Dawson Downey leaving, they were looking for some running backs to come in. I think it was just a good opportunity and it was at the right time.
Anything else for Cody?